In the last video, we have seen some terminology related to algebra. Today, we'll continue the first property of algebra. The first property of algebra is associative property. Associative property means that the grouping does not matter in any difference. When we add or multiply a real number, it does not matter how the numbers are grouped. The result of the multiplication will always be the same. Generally, we know these things already, but now we want to formally say that this is associative property of addition or multiplication. So the associative property of addition, associative property of addition is like this, which is a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. And associative property of multiplication. Multiplication is a times b times c is equal to a times b times c. What does that mean? In the formula, a, b, and c represent the numbers. The associative property of addition tells us it does not matter if we first add a to b and then add to c to the result we will get, or if we first add c to b and then the result to a, we'll get the same answer both ways. What does that mean? If I add a to b first and add that result to c, or if I add b to c and that result to a, it doesn't make a difference between these two. So in other words, it doesn't matter if I group it differently. Similarly, the associative property of multiplication, tells us that it does not matter if we first multiply a by b and then multiply the result by c, or if we first multiply b by c and then multiply by a that result. We will get the same answer both ways. The word associative in terms of maths refers to grouping with parentheses, which the parentheses you see here, or here, or here, will stay the same. The order doesn't matter. The place of the parentheses doesn't matter. Okay, we'll do some example for this one. Example for addition, examples. So if I have 3 plus 6 plus 7, I could write this 3 plus 6 plus 7. We know that we apply the associative property of addition. The parenthesis moves, but the number doesn't. So we could keep the number where they are, but move the parenthesis to right. So the number stays the same place where they are, where the first, the second, and third place, but I just move the parenthesis to the left. It doesn't matter for the final product. Therefore, we didn't have to perform the addition to solve this problem, but we can see also the two expressions are equal. They're just equal. Nothing has changed except the place of the parentheses. If we add both, let's see the first one, I have to add 3 plus the sum of 6 plus 7, because I have to start from the parentheses, which is 13, equal to this one is 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 7. In both cases, this will give me 16 and this will give me 16. Therefore, the grouping doesn't matter where I place it. We'll see another example for multiplication. Let's say, okay, let's do one more example in addition. Let's say 1 plus 2 plus 3 is exactly equal to 1 plus, now I'm moving the parentheses to the next, which is 2 plus 3. What does that mean? It means it doesn't matter if I add 1 with 2, and that result will be added to the 3 is exactly equal to if I add 2 plus 3 first and add that result to 1 doesn't make a difference, which is 1 plus 2, the result is 3 plus 3, and 1 plus the result of 2 plus 3 is 5. In both cases, it will give me 6 is equal to 6. That's the associative property of addition. Now let's see an example for multiplication. If I have 2 times 3 times 4 is exactly equal to, if I move these parentheses to the left, to the right, which is 2 times 3 times 4, these two are exactly the same. What does that mean is if I multiply 2 by 3 first, then that result multiplied by 4 will be the same if I multiply first 3 by 4 and that result will multiply by 2. In this case, it will give me the first one will be 6 times 4, which here is equal to 2 times 3 times 4 is 12. In both cases, I will get 24 is equal to 24. Having said this, the next one is commutative property. So if I commutative property. Okay, this is the second property of algebra, which is commutative. Commutative means that the order does not make any difference. The commutative property is similar to associative property that we have seen before, but the commutative property tells us specifically that we can add or multiply numbers in any order. Example, if I have 3 plus 2, you can do 2 plus 3. It's called a commutative property. If we represent in terms of variable, if I say a plus b is exactly equal to b plus a, right? Like the associative property, commutative property applies to both addition and multiplication. As you can see, this only can apply to addition and multiplication. So if I want to represent commutative property of addition, if I say commutative property of addition, I can write this A plus B is equal to B plus A, and commutative property of multiplication is A times B is equal to B times A. Nothing fancy, that's all. Okay, let's do some example. For example, example 1. Example 1, if I have 5 plus 6 is exactly equal to 6 plus 5, or if I have 5 times 6 is equal to 6 times 5. In both cases, give me the same answer. 30 is equal to 30. But note that, note that this does not work for subtraction and division. Bear in mind, it only works for addition and subtraction. For the next video, I want you to tell me what is a property. Name. I'll give you 2 questions that you need to answer. Please comment in the comment under the video, in the comment section of the video, your answer. Name the property. I want you to tell me what kind of property is the following. Property A, 5A plus 6 plus 2A is equal to 5A plus 2A plus 6. 1. B, I want you to tell me 5A plus 6A plus 2A plus 6, sorry, is equal to 5A plus 2A plus 6. Just leave me a comment below. What is this property? Is it associative property or commutative property? Thank you very much, and we'll see you next.